Hey family, what's going on? Hope and pray it's all good in the neighborhood. Family, I have another cake hack for you. Now, I'm not going to use the German chocolate cake box. I'm going to use the Betty Crocker Super Moist Dark Chocolate Cake Mix. And this cake here has pudding. It's pudding in the mix. Usually I buy a box of a pudding, but it has pudding in the mix. So let's go over some of the items we're going to need. Now I'm going to make the German chocolate icing from scratch. So we're going to need a half a cup of white sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar, because I'm doubling the recipe, and I'll put the recipe down if you want to just do enough for maybe one cake, but I want to make sure I have enough, so I'm doing two. So 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, evaporated milk. I'm going to use 2 cans. I have my pecans and I have my coconut in the back. So as I get this frosting done, I'll give you the measurements on this. So on my cake, I'm going to use 1/4 teaspoon. I'm sorry, hold on for a minute, y'all. 1/3 cup of espresso coffee, and this is just plain espresso coffee. You know, don't put any water in it. We're just going to put it in our cake batter just like that. We have our eggs. We have it's 3 eggs per box, so I'm adding an extra egg. We're going to use a cup of butter. So the 2 sticks is a cup of butter. 1 stick of butter is 1/2 cup, and we're going to use buttermilk. So this is what's on the back of this recipe. Okay, I have, you're supposed to use 1 1/4 cup of water, but we're going to use buttermilk, and we're going to double that. 1.5 cup of vegetable oil. I'm going to use butter, so I'm going to double that. The eggs, 3 eggs. I'm going to use 3 eggs for each box, but I'm going to add an extra egg for each box. So this is what we're going to do to make this cake delicious. And like I say, it is a plain, dark chocolate cake, and we're just gonna put the frosting on there. I'm gonna make the homemade frosting and put it on there. Okay, all right, y'all, let's go ahead and get this cake going. And as we get ready to do the frosting, I'll take out and give you the measurements of that. So, and I bought these from, I think it was Publix. And the last time I made this, it was absolutely delicious with this particular cake. I'm not saying that this is going to be a German chocolate cake, but I do want to use the German chocolate cake nut frosting on this cake. It's gonna be delicious, y'all. Let's take this cake to the stove. Okay, family, let's go ahead and start adding. We're gonna go ahead and add our 1/3 cup of espresso in here. That's gonna enhance that chocolate, y'all. Let's add our milk, and y'all, this is buttermilk. Okay, let's go ahead and add our equivalent to oil, our melted butter. Okay, let's mix that up a little bit because I'm going to put the eggs in. Give me that little red spoon holder, please. Yeah, I got help today. No, the spoon holder, the red spoon holder. Okay, let's go in with our eggs. All right, now. And this is a dark chocolate. So y'all start taking these box cakes and making them your own. Let me tell you what you're saving on. You're saving on your cake flour, and you're also saving on your sugar. Let's scrape the bowl down. Let me put this right here. Make sure you scrape your bowl down, especially if you're using like a stand mixer, because at the bottom sometimes those paddles don't reach. So make sure you scraping it down. So y'all, we're gonna beat this for about 3 minutes. Just make sure you have everything incorporated. Stop and scrape your bowl down. Okay, y'all know I try not to use baking spray, so I went ahead and I greased my pan up. Okay, fam, I am doubling my recipe for this frosting. So I will put the recipe that you want to make. No, not double it. You just want to make a single recipe for it. I'll put that down, but I'm doubling the recipe because I always like to have more frosting. And then, you know, you can use this frosting that you have left over. You can always use it for cupcakes. So I'm doubling everything. So I already have my 2 sticks of butter in here, and I'm melting that on low heat. Okay. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead in with our 2 cans of evaporated milk. For the recipe, single recipe, you only use 1 can. But I'm doubling it, so I'm gonna need 2 cans of this milk. Let's go ahead and get that stirred. And y'all, while this is still warm and not hot, you go ahead and add your eggs in. And this is 4 egg yolks. And get that stirred in. Okay. So we have our egg yolks in here. I put in 6 egg yolks, but if you're going to do the single, you do 3 egg yolks. So let's go in with our sugar. So I'm going to need 1 cup of sugar, white sugar, and I'm going to go ahead and add some more brown sugar. Okay. Now, you have to stick with this, just like you might stick with banana pudding. So you have to stick with this, and you have to keep it stirred. I'm going to turn it up a little bit and let it cook. Okay, y'all, let's go in with 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Okay, fam. You see how it's bubbling? It's getting thicker. I'm gonna let it cook a few minutes longer, but I would say stir for about 15 minutes. You have to stay with it. You cannot walk off on this. You can just, okay. It's coming along, y'all. Just stick with it. Now, I think this is about thick enough here. And if it's set, it's going to get thicker. So let's go ahead and get our coconut. And these are chopped pecans, and this is equivalent to 2 cups of pecans. Okay. I'll stir this up. Fill into scorch. Okay. This is our filling for this is our icing for our German chocolate cake. But y'all, the cake is just chocolate. I'm just adding this pecan frosting. I love it, y'all. Absolutely love it. Okay. Here it is, y'all. Our pecan coconut frosting. And like I said, we're not going to put this on a German chocolate cake. We're just going to put it on a chocolate cake. So it's going to taste just as good. I'm going to take it and remove it from this pot. And I'm going to put it in a bowl. But I'm going to stir it real good. This is it, y'all. Okay. See how nice and thick it is and the consistency. And just let it sit up. You can put it in the refrigerator if you want, but I think I'm going to let mine sit down. The house sit out. The house is cool, so as it sits, it's going to get thicker. But if you need it right away, just go ahead and put it in the refrigerator for about an hour. Okay, fam, let's get ready to frost these cakes. And what I did was I did buy a small can of frosting, and the reason I bought this because I wanted to do a border around, so that's what I did. Our frosting is cooled, so I'm going to put our frosting right in the middle, like so, and we're just going to press it down all the way around. Just press it down. Now, if you want to put your can frosting down first, go ahead, but I decided to just do this. And I want this frosting pretty thick in here, okay? Let's go ahead and press this down around like this. Okay. This frosting is not as thick like I would have made it, but I wanted to go ahead and just put a small border around. Nothing huge. Okay. So it don't really take a whole lot to make a box cake taste like your own. It don't take a whole lot now. Especially if you're going to use like homemade frostings and homemade. The reason I like to use a lot of homemade frosting is because you get more bang for your buck. Okay. 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 I'm gonna go ahead and spread this, y'all. Okay, y'all, we are finished with our chocolate cake with pecan and coconut. And I like I say, a lot of the icing because I use a lot of the icing inside and out on this cake. And I like to just pack my icing on there because I love it, y'all.